Have you ever wondered if curses are real? Not just a spooky story for a campfire, but a tangible, physical object designed to bring ruins. Today, we're re-diving deep into the history of one of the most chilling artifacts from the ancient Celtic world, the Curse Stone. Picture this. You're in ancient Brittany, a land steeped in mysticism and tribal conflict. An enemy has wronged you deeply. You can't challenge them in battle, but there's another way, a darker path. You seek out a special stone, not just any rock, but one from a place humming with power. It might be from a sacred grove, a riverbank where worlds meet, or the boundary between two fields, a liminal space charged with spiritual energy. Once you have this stone, the ritual begins. You take a sharp tool and carve your enemy's name into its surface. This isn't a light scratch. You dig deep, etching their identity into the very essence of the rock. This act alone is a powerful symbol, but it doesn't stop there. Alongside the name, you might carve symbols of death, a skull, a crossed bone, or spirals that represent binding and entrapment. You are literally binding their fate to this stone. To give the curse life, it needs an offering. The most potent offering is blood. A few drops, your own or from an animal, are spilled onto the stone, soaking into the freshly carved name. This isn't just a symbolic act, it's a transaction. You're feeding the spirits of the land, awakening the ancient forces that dwell in the earth, the water, and the sky. You're calling upon your ancestors, the powerful dead who watch over the tribe, to witness this pact and lend their strength to your curse. You speak the words, an incantation whispered into the wind, invoking these primal energies. You ask them to latch on to the person whose name is on the stone, to drain their strength, to sour their luck, and to weaken their very soul. You're not just wishing them ill. You're directing a concentrated stream of spiritual power straight at them. Once the ritual is complete, the stone isn't hidden away. It's left exposed, placed somewhere it will face the full force of nature. The wind, the rain, the sun, the frost, each element becomes an agent of the curse. As the rain erodes the stone, it's believed to erode the victim's health. As frost cracks the surface, their fortune cracks with it. The slow, relentless decay of the stone mirrors the intended decay of the victim's life, body, and fate. It's a slow burn, a gradual decline that's all the more terrifying for its persistence. And here's the most chilling part. There was no known way to reverse it. Once a name was carved into a cursed stone and activated with ritual, it was considered permanent. You couldn't just go back and scratch it out. The pact with the spirits was made, the forces set in motion. Removing the name was seen as impossible, an act that would only bring the wrath of the spirits down upon yourself. The curse would run its course, tethered to the stone until it, and perhaps its victim, turned to dust. Even now, thousands of years later, these artifacts carry a heavy weight. Archaeologists have found them, and in the regions of Brittany where they originated, local folklore still speaks of them in hushed tones. There are places, specific fields or ancient ruins, where people believe these stones still lie. They are feared and avoided. Locals won't disturb the ground, or build in these areas, believing the ancient power still lingers, dormant but not dead. Imagine stumbling upon one while hiking a weathered rock with faint, almost illegible carvings. Would you see it as just an old stone, or would you feel a chill run down your spine? These cursed stones are a stark reminder that for our ancestors, magic wasn't just a story. It was a tool, a weapon, and a force of nature that could be captured in stone. It makes you wonder what other secrets are still buried, waiting to be rediscovered. The idea of tying someone's fate to a physical object is a concept we see in folklore all over the world. But the Celtic curse stones of Brittany represent one of the most direct and deliberate forms of this ancient practice. It wasn't about voodoo dolls or complex spells. It was about using the raw, elemental power of the land itself. The stone acted as a permanent physical anchor for a spiritual attack. Think about the psychology behind this. In a world without a formal justice system as we know it, this was a way to seek revenge or retribution. It was a tangible expression of rage and a desperate plea to the unseen world for help. The person who created the stone believed with absolute conviction that they were setting a powerful supernatural process in motion. And perhaps the victim, if they found out a cursed stone bore their name, would be consumed by fear and paranoia. Their own belief in the curse could be enough to make it a self-fulfilling prophecy, their health failing simply because they believed it was doomed to. These stones represent a fascinating intersection of geology, spirituality, and human psychology. The choice of stone was crucial. Quartz, with its crystalline structure, was often favored, believed to be a natural amplifier of energy. Granite, ancient and enduring, was another common choice. The location was just as important, as these liminal spaces were seen as gateways to the other world, places where the veil between the physical and spiritual was thin. The symbols carved alongside the name are also a window into the Celtic mind. Spirals, knots, and abstract patterns weren't just decorations. They were a magical language. A binding knot didn't just represent being tied up. It was a magical act of binding someone's spirit, their luck, their very life force. These were symbols with inherent power. Today, while we might view this through a modern scientific lens, we can't deny the profound power these objects held for the people who created and feared them. They are a testament to a time when the world was seen as a much more magical and dangerous place, where a simple stone could hold the power of life and death. The legacy of the cursed stone is a powerful reminder of the enduring human belief in magic and the deep-seated desire for justice or vengeance by any means necessary. What do you think? Are these just fascinating historical artifacts, or is it possible that some echo of their ancient power still lingers in the quiet fields of Brittany? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for journeying into the past with us today. If you enjoyed this deep dive into ancient mysteries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more. See you next time.